They say fortune favors the bold, but in the fast-paced world of crypto, fortune favors the informed. While you're battling emotional biases and trying to keep up with the 24/7 market, someone else is already seeing through the chaos. They're leveraging AI to digest vast volumes of data and uncover complex hidden patterns human analysts might overlook. They're predicting the next big move, spotting scams before they hit, and navigating volatility with a precision you can't imagine. This isn't a gamble. This is artificial intelligence, continuously learning and adapting to new information. A recent 2025 study demonstrated an AI-based trading strategy, yielding a staggering 1,640% return over a 6-year period, far outperforming a traditional buy-and-hold approach, 223%. From hidden patterns and price charts to the true pulse of market sentiment across news and social media, AI decrypts the market's deepest secrets. The competition is fierce. Top financial institutions and asset managers are already leveraging AI for an undeniable edge. They're catching nascent trends months before they make headlines, from new Layer 2 protocols to the surge in AI-related crypto projects. AI acts as an ever-vigilant risk radar, helping investors identify underperforming assets, detect fraudulent projects, and even recommend hedging strategies to protect against potential crashes. Are you still trying to guess? Or are you ready to gain unbiased, data-driven insights that can protect your portfolio and amplify your gains? The market waits for no one. While AI offers tremendous benefits, remember, it's not a crystal ball. Markets can behave irrationally, and heavy reliance on AI can introduce new forms of systemic risk if many use similar strategies. This isn't about eliminating volatility. It's about making volatility far more manageable by responding faster and more rationally than humans can, and understanding the future landscape of AI-driven trading bots and decentralized AI on the blockchain. The full story is waiting. Don't be left behind in this evolving market.
You know, the crypto market, it moves at just, well, dizzying speed, doesn't it?
It really does.
Like one moment, everything seems brimming with innovation, and the next, it just feels, well, utterly chaotic.
Yeah, it can feel like that.
Yeah.
For anyone trying to navigate it.
It's like trying to get a clear signal in a massive storm, right? How do you possibly make sense of such a fast-paced, unpredictable environment?
Well, that's really where artificial intelligence, AI, starts to step in.
Oh, okay. The game changer.
Exactly. It's fundamentally changing how we can approach this. Its unique power, you see, lies in sifting through just colossal amounts of data.
Billions of data points, you mean?
Billions. And it uncovers these complex hidden patterns that, well, human intuition simply cannot grasp.
Yeah.
It lets us see beyond the surface noise.
So for this deep dive, then, our mission is really to give you a clear understanding of how AI is, like, decoding crypto.
Right. And we've pulled insights from a really wide range of sources.
Cutting-edge academic studies, reports from top financial institutions.
Leading asset managers, influential think tanks, the whole spectrum, really.
So the goal is, by the end, you'll grasp how AI can help you navigate crypto's, let's call it, inherent volatility. And crucially, where human judgment remains absolutely indispensable, even in an AI-driven market.
That balance is key.
Can AI truly bring some order to the chaos of crypto? Let's unpack this. So AI isn't just another digital gadget, is it? It seems like it's revolutionizing finance, especially in this incredibly dynamic world of cryptocurrency.
It truly is. It's more than just a tool.
But how does it actually achieve this? How does it work in this context?
Well, it analyzes these vast data sets like historical price movements, breaking news headlines, even social media chatter from platforms like, Twitter.
Stuff humans just can't keep up with.
Exactly. At speeds and with an accuracy that we simply can't match.
And what's different from, say, traditional analysis?
What's truly revolutionary here is that, unlike traditional market analysis, which can be static or frankly based on gut feelings sometimes,
right,
AI's approach is entirely dynamic and data-driven. These algorithms continuously learn. They adapt to new information, updating their predictions in real time as market conditions shift.
So it gives investors a much more nuanced understanding, helps them anticipate moves, manage risk.
Precisely. A much deeper, more adaptive view of what's happening.
And the proof, like they say, is in the data. Get this. A recent 2025 academic study highlighted an AI-based trading strategy.
Ah, yes. I think I know the one.
That delivered a staggering 1,640% return. over a 6-year period.
It's an absolutely eye-opening figure.
That's not just a big number, right? That fundamentally shifts what feels possible. Multifold returns beyond traditional approaches in crypto.
It really does, especially when you compare it. That same study showed a simpler machine learning model achieved, what was it, 304%?
Yeah, 304%. And buy and hold was just 223%.
Exactly. So these outcomes really underscore AI's transformative potential, particularly for these newer, evolving asset classes like crypto.
Okay, so what's inside this AI toolkit that's making this kind of performance possible? Let's talk about deep learning first.
Right. Deep learning. These are powerful algorithms. You can think of them as complex digital brains almost. And they're exceptionally good at recognizing intricate patterns, even in really complex or noisy data like you find in crypto markets.
So they see signals through the static.
Kind of, yeah. Think of specialized models like LSTM networks' long short-term memory. They're particularly adept at understanding patterns in sequential data.
Like price movements over time.
Exactly. And convolutional neural networks, CNNs, they're great at identifying visual trends, maybe in charts.
Okay.
For instance, that 2025 study on Bitcoin prices, it found CNNs achieved a forecasting error, the MAPE, mean absolute percentage error, of only about 3.7%.
Wow, that's low for Bitcoin.
It is. And LSTMs hit around 6.5%. For an asset as volatile as Bitcoin, that's a commendable level of precision.
Okay, so beyond just the numbers, AI can also read the mood of the market, right? Through something called natural language processing, NLP.
All right, NLP.
And we've all seen how, like, a single tweet or a news headline can send Bitcoin soaring or crashing. How do these tools make sense of all that text? From news, social media, forums?
Well, NLP algorithms, they range from, basic keyword analysis to highly advanced transformer models like BERT or GPT you might have heard of. They sift through millions of posts, comments, articles to determine whether the public sentiment is, bullish, bearish, or maybe just fearful or uncertain.
And does this actually correlate with price moves?
Oh, strongly. Research shows a clear correlation. And the real power here is AI's ability to detect subtle, maybe crypto-specific nuances in language before they translate into big market moves. It gives you a kind of early warning system.
So it's like AI has a very sophisticated ear to the ground for the market's collective feeling.
That's a great way to put it. It's constantly listening to that digital conversation.
And what's really powerful here, you mentioned, is that AI models aren't limited to just one approach. They can combine techniques.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
It's not just one model working in isolation. Think of a hybrid system.
Okay, like what?
Well, you could have an LSTM analyzing price patterns,
Right.
a sentiment analyzer reading the news and social media, and maybe even a reinforcement learning agent making the actual trading decisions. That's an AI that learns by trial and error, getting rewards for good trades.
So it learns what works over time.
Precisely. There was even an academic experiment where a GPT-4-based assistant helped design a trading strategy. It improved performance by augmenting the human expert's ideas and reducing their biases.
Interesting. So this ensemble approach, it lets AI look at markets from all angles: technical, fundamental, behavioral.
Exactly. Something a human analyst just can't do with that same depth, speed, and consistency.
And that brings us to a really crucial advantage, doesn't it? AI versus human judgment. We know human emotions, fear, greed, overconfidence, they often cloud trading decisions.
Oh, absolutely. They're major pitfalls.
But AI seems to, well, completely overcome these biases.
That's arguably its core strength in this domain. AI maintains objectivity. It's emotionless. It executes split-second decisions based purely on its predefined logic and the data it sees. No panic, no hesitation.
Wow.
As one report put it, AI can augment human capability, reduce emotional bias, and automate routine tasks. This ultimately improves decision-making speed and, importantly, scalability.
So in essence, AI brings what? Tireless analysis and cold-blooded objectivity.
That sums it up pretty well. Qualities that are incredibly valuable in the 247, often sentiment-fueled crypto arena.
Okay, now let's shift gears a bit. Taking the market's pulse with AI. Beyond just crunching price numbers, AI excels at digesting all that unstructured data, right? News, social media, even Google search trends to really get a handle on investor sentiment.
It's quite remarkable. Sentiment analysis AI can literally read thousands of social media posts per second.
Thousands per second.
Instantly sorting them into bullish, bearish, or neutral categories. So it gives you this at-a-glance indicator of how the community feels about a specific coin or maybe the market overall.
And it's smarter than just looking for keywords.
Oh, much smarter.
Yeah.
Crucially, advanced NLP goes way beyond simple keywords. It understands context, sarcasm, even emerging slang specific to crypto communities. This makes the sentiment detection far more accurate.
Right.
The World Economic Forum actually noted that these AI systems identify sentiment shifts in real time, which can help predict short-term market movements. It gives traders a critical head start.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Let's say Bitcoin sentiment suddenly turns sour because of a negative regulatory announcement somewhere. An AI could flag this bearish turn almost instantly, probably before a human trader even finishes reading the news article.
Allowing for faster defensive moves.
Exactly. Or maybe spotting a buying opportunity if the sentiment turns positive unexpectedly.
Okay, and the crypto landscape itself evolves so fast. DeFi, NFT gaming, metaverse tokens popping up. How do you possibly stay ahead of the curve and spot tomorrow's trends today?
Yeah, that's another area where AI truly shines. It monitors patterns across many different data sets simultaneously.
Like what kind of data?
Things like developer activity on GitHub for new projects, conversations in niche online forums, specific search query trends, even blockchain transaction data itself. It looks for subtle signals across all these sources.
To detect nascent trends early.
Precisely. An AI might notice, say, a small but growing spike in discussion about liquid staking, or maybe an uptick in wallet addresses interacting with a brand new DeFi platform, potentially months before it hits the mainstream crypto news.
So it sees the whispers before they become shouts.
Kind of. Bolt Insight highlighted how AI revolutionizes trend analysis by sifting multiple streams of global data in parallel. Doing that manually is just impractical, if not impossible.
And there are predictions about AI itself driving crypto adoption.
Yeah, that's a fascinating one from 2024. The idea that AI itself will drive new crypto adoption. We might see autonomous AI agents starting to use cryptocurrencies as the, quote, native currency of the internet for their own transactions.
Wow. If a shift like that is really happening, only AI could realistically spot the early signs, right? By parsing all that digital chatter and data for evidence of AI's actually interacting with crypto platforms.
It seems plausible.
So in summary here, AI acts like a powerful radar for investors, scanning far and wide to detect those faint blips of new trends way out on the horizon. Now, we all know crypto's reputation: wild swings, rapid shifts. How does AI help investors actually navigate this, turbulence?
AI is a real game changer for managing volatility.
Yeah.
Sophisticated trading algorithms, often using deep learning or reinforcement learning.
The ones that learn from rewards.
Right. They predict short-term price movements and volatility levels. They analyze order books, trading volumes, momentum indicators, all in real time.
And the speed is key here.
Speed is critical. If, say, a sudden sell-off begins on one major exchange, an AI-driven system can identify that pattern and react within milliseconds. Far faster than any human could possibly respond.
Wow.
AI can also recognize recurring short-term patterns that historically have preceded significant price drops or spikes, things humans might miss or dismiss.
Are there platforms doing this now?
Yeah. Insight AI, for example, has a platform that watches for unusual price and volume shifts 247. If a major coin experiences a sudden market-wide sell-off, the AI immediately alerts users. And it might even provide data-driven suggestions: hold, buy, sell, helping them avoid big losses or maybe seize an opportunity during the panic.
So it's not necessarily about stopping the volatility, because you probably can't, but more about responding intelligently to it.
Precisely. That's the key distinction. There was one study, really telling, where an AI-driven crypto strategy dynamically adjusted its exposure based on market conditions.
And how did it do?
It dramatically outperformed a traditional machine learning strategy over a 6-year period.
Oh.
By reducing exposure during downturns and then ramping back up during rallies, it adapted.
So it shows how AI can make volatility feel maybe more manageable?
Exactly. It acts like an ever-vigilant risk radar and maybe even a kind of autopilot, helping guide investors through the turbulence.
And for individual investors, are there tools for us?
Yeah, some apps are starting to offer AI-based volatility alerts and strategy suggestions. For instance, if the AI senses that risk is suddenly spiking in an asset you hold, it might recommend specific hedging actions or suggest diversifying to cushion your portfolio against a potential crash.
Let's talk about strategy. Traditionally, getting investment advice truly tailored to your specific risk tolerance, your goals. That often meant needing a human advisor or just spending countless hours doing your own research. AI seems to be changing that equation.
It truly is. AI-driven platforms are, in a way, democratizing access to sophisticated financial advice, particularly in the complex crypto space.
How so?
Well, they can assess an investor's profile, things like their stated risk appetite, their investment horizon, the types of assets they're interested in, and then generate highly tailored recommendations for their crypto portfolio.
Can you give examples? Like, what would it suggest for different people?
Sure. For a low-risk investor, the AI might suggest sticking mostly to more established cryptos like Bitcoin or Ether, or maybe incorporating stablecoins. But for a more risk-seeking trader, it might recommend a diversified basket of promising altcoins, or perhaps even complex algorithmic trading strategies.
And it's not a one-time thing.
No, that's the beauty of it. It performs continuous analysis. If your portfolio suddenly becomes overexposed to, say, DeFi tokens because that sector rallied hard,
Right.
the AI flags it and suggests precise adjustments to rebalance and manage that risk. Platforms like Insight AI offer this kind of personalized guidance. They crunch all the metrics and can recommend portfolio moves specifically aligned with your risk level. Users can even query the AI to understand why it's making a recommendation.
So it's almost like having a virtual investment coach on call, 24/7.
That's a really good analogy. An incredibly data-savvy
And-
coach.
Okay, and what about the old adage, don't put all your eggs in one basket? Basic diversification. How does AI elevate that principle for crypto portfolios?
AI takes diversification to a whole new level. It does this by continuously analyzing the shifting correlation dynamics between different crypto assets.
Because correlations in crypto can change really fast, right?
Exactly. What was uncorrelated yesterday might move in lockstep today. AI uses advanced models, things like mean variance optimization or probabilistic models, to constantly recalculate and suggest the optimal mix of assets for your desired risk-return profile.
So if my portfolio gets too heavy in one volatile coin,
The AI might advise trimming that position and spreading the capital into other assets. Or, perhaps more interestingly, it might suggest adding something with historically low correlation to the rest of your holdings, like maybe a specific metaverse token or a gaming NFT, to actively improve the portfolio's overall diversification.
could it give really specific advice?
Oh, yes, very granular. An AI-driven app might literally tell you something like, by reallocating 15% of your portfolio from asset A into assets B and C, you could potentially reduce your overall portfolio volatility by X% while keeping your expected returns nearly the same.
That's powerful. So it turns portfolio management into something more proactive, always adapting.
Exactly. A proactive and ongoing process, constantly adapting to market changes before they significantly impact your returns rather than reacting after the fact.
Now, crypto isn't just about opportunities. It comes with significant risks, scams, hacks, outright fraud. How does AI act as maybe a guardian here?
This is a critical application. AI can identify red flags that humans often miss, especially in the early stages of fraudulent projects.
Like what kind of red flags?
Things like unusual on-chain transaction patterns, maybe funds moving in ways typical of rug pulls, or suspiciously consistent artificial-looking hype on social media. Even things like plagiarized code in a project's white paper or smart contracts.
So AI models can be trained on historical scam data to spot these patterns.
Yes, exactly. It's analogous to how banks use AI for credit card fraud detection. In crypto, blockchain analytics firms are already using AI quite effectively to trace illicit activities like money laundering or funds stolen in hacks.
And for individual investors, are there tools?
Yes, some AI-driven wallets or security apps are emerging that can alert you if a smart contract you're about to interact with has characteristics similar to known fraudulent schemes. A sort of real-time warning.
Okay, and what about broader market risks, like predicting an impending crash? Can AI help there?
Well, predicting specific crashes is incredibly difficult, maybe impossible for true black swan events. But AI can assess the probability of extreme downside risk rising
How does it do that?
by integrating a whole constellation of indicators. Things like massive inflows of crypto onto exchanges, which might signal intent to sell, derivatives funding rates, which show leverage levels, macroeconomic sentiment analysis, and even AI-based pattern recognition looking for historical bubble behaviors and price action.
So it builds a composite risk picture.
Exactly. While no system is foolproof, AI can provide a data-driven warning when multiple indicators flash red simultaneously. Insight AI's risk management features, for instance, try to identify vulnerable assets within your portfolio and might suggest specific hedging strategies.
Like if XRP is facing regulatory uncertainty.
Right. The AI might see heightened volatility and risk signals for XRP and recommend reducing your exposure or setting tighter stop-loss orders.
So in essence, AI acts as a kind of risk co-pilot.
That's a great way to think about it. tirelessly scanning for threats, helping investors either steer away from danger or at least brace for impact, significantly improving resilience. And the World Economic Forum point is interesting here. Pairing AI with blockchain's transparency could potentially enhance overall trust and security in the ecosystem.
But looking ahead then, it really seems like AI-driven trading is only going to become more dominant in the crypto markets. What does this near future actually look like?
Yeah, the trend seems clear. We're likely moving towards fully autonomous AI trading bots.
Fully autonomous, no human intervention.
Potentially. Bots that can execute complex strategies 24/7, continuously learning from market data and updating their own models in real time.
Could we see AIs competing with each other?
It's quite possible. AI systems competing at high speeds, trying to arbitrage away tiny market inefficiencies. This could potentially make markets more efficient overall.
What?
But it also raises questions about potentially rapid, sharp market moves triggered by these algorithmic feedback loops. If many AIs react the same way at the same time.
Right, you could get exaggerated swings.
Exactly. Institutional adoption is already happening fast. Specialized crypto hedge funds, even some traditional banks, are leveraging AI for their crypto desks.
And for retail investors like us.
We can probably envisage more user-friendly AI trading platforms, ones where you simply set your goals like, I want steady growth with low risk, and the AI handles the complex stuff, asset selection, trade timing, continuous risk management.
That would certainly raise the competitive bar for everyone involved. It also sounds like maybe AI could smooth out some of the wild, purely human-driven swings we often see.
Potentially, yes, by reacting more rationally to data. But as we said, it also introduces these new kinds of risks. Regulatory concerns around AI herding, where many algorithms follow each other, or the potential for AI-driven flash crashes are very real. Regulators are definitely watching this space closely.
So the trajectory is clear, but it's not without its challenges. AI trading moving from novelty to norm. Okay, now let's talk about something really on the edge, this idea of decentralized AI running on the blockchain. What does that actually mean?
This is a really exciting frontier. It's about leveraging blockchain's properties, transparency, immutability for AI itself.
So AI models running on decentralized networks.
Essentially, yes. Projects like SingularityNet, for example, are building decentralized marketplaces for AI services, all running on the blockchain. Anyone could potentially offer their AI model or access models created by others using crypto tokens as payment.
The vision is to democratize AI development, move it beyond just the big tech giants.
That's a big part of the motivation. And blockchain can play several roles here. It could verify the identity and reputation of AI agents participating in the network. It could keep an immutable, tamper-proof log of an AI model's outputs. And smart contracts could ensure that AI creators get paid fairly and automatically whenever their models are used.
So blockchain brings trust and transparency to AI.
That's the argument. Financic, the asset manager, argues that public blockchains could be key to unlocking widespread AI adoption precisely because of that transparency, immutability, clear ownership tracking, and the potential for adversarial testing in an open environment.
Do they put any numbers on this?
They actually made a projection that by 2030, a significant portion of AI services might integrate with crypto networks, potentially generating over $10 billion in annual revenue for those networks.
Wow. And could AI models themselves become market participants?
That's the really speculative but captivating idea. AI models potentially trading crypto as independent economic entities on the blockchain.
So it's really not just AI analyzing crypto anymore, but crypto enabling entirely new forms of AI. It sounds like this deeply interwoven, almost symbiotic relationship is forming.
Absolutely. You can really anticipate a positive feedback loop developing.
How so?
Well, improved AI makes crypto markets potentially more efficient, more secure, better analyzed, and in turn, advancements in blockchain and crypto infrastructure enable more powerful, more transparent, maybe more trustworthy AI use cases.
Can you imagine future AI assistants?
Yeah, assistants that not only analyze complex crypto data, but can also explain their reasoning in plain language. That explainability piece is huge for building trust in AI decisions.
And other areas. Risk, security.
Definitely. We might see AI-driven decentralized risk exchanges. AI will play a critical role in crypto cybersecurity, detecting sophisticated hacks, finding vulnerabilities in smart contracts before they get exploited.
What about regulation?
AI could also aid regulatory compliance, monitoring transactions for illicit activity, helping with KYC/AML processes, potentially while using cryptographic techniques to preserve user privacy where appropriate.
So AI is really transforming crypto across so many different fronts. Smarter, faster trading, yes, but also personalized strategies, much more robust fraud detection, and even these new hybrid innovations like what AI-managed decentralized organizations.
It's possible, yes. Imagine an investor having an AI agent that analyzes complex DeFi governance proposals and votes on their behalf, based on their predefined principles. Because the AI can arguably read and evaluate those hundreds of pages of proposals more thoroughly and objectively than a human can.
It really makes you wonder again, can AI truly bring order to the inherent chaos of crypto?
It might moderate some of crypto's famously wild nature, yes,
Right.
but we have to be clear, it might also introduce new, perhaps more complex systemic risks, like those flash crashes triggered by algorithmic feedback loops, or the risk if everyone starts relying on similar AI models. Managing those meta risks will be absolutely crucial.
So the relationship is evolving from a simple tool and task dynamic.
To a deeply interwoven system, we're heading toward a potentially more intelligent market, for better or worse.
Okay, let's try and bring this all together then. AI is clearly proving to be a powerful ally in trying to decrypt the crypto market's next moves.
Definitely an ally.
We've seen how advanced models are forecasting price trends, sometimes with impressive accuracy, how NLP tools are gauging that crucial market sentiment, and how AI systems can adapt portfolios on the fly to manage volatility and risk.
And the core advantages are pretty clear now, I think. You get unbiased, data-driven predictions, at least in theory. You get the ability to spot subtle patterns or those early trend signals that humans might easily miss. And of course, lightning-fast reaction times.
Right. AI helps investors overcome those inherent human biases, those emotional reactions.
Fear, greed, FOMO.
Yeah. Turning the absolute torrent of crypto market data, on-chain metrics, order books, global news, social media rumors into something resembling actionable insights, or at least coherent strategy recommendations. But, and this feels like a really crucial, but AI is not a crystal ball.
Absolutely not. That needs to be underlined.
It cannot predict the future with certainty, especially in a domain as inherently unpredictable, some might say chaotic, as crypto. What are some of the key limitations we really need to keep hammered into our minds?
Well, first, AI models are only as good as the data they're trained on and the assumptions built into them.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Essentially, yes. They can overfit to past data, meaning they learn historical patterns too well and fail when new conditions arise. They will likely fail to foresee truly unprecedented black swan events, things that have simply never happened before.
So if something totally novel occurs, like a sudden unexpected geopolitical event that impacts crypto in a new way,
The AI might be completely thrown off because it has no historical data for that scenario. Also, AI models can inadvertently incorporate or even amplify biases present in their training data.
and what about that herding risk?
That's a big one. If many market participants start using similar AI strategies, perhaps from the same popular platform, they could all react in the same way to the same signal. This could exacerbate market moves, leading to algorithmic herding and creating new, potentially dangerous forms of systemic risk.
So the takeaway is human oversight remains absolutely critical. You can't just set it and forget it.
Exactly. You should treat AI-based suggestions as highly informative input, maybe as a very sophisticated advisor, but not as gospel. You need to combine AI insights with your own understanding, your own research, and a healthy dose of skepticism.
DIY do your own research still applies maybe more than ever.
Absolutely vital. Think of AI as this incredibly knowledgeable and incredibly fast assistant, but one that is definitely not infallible. Always be aware of the context, the assumptions behind the AI's output, and that push we're seeing for explainable AI models in finance. That's growing precisely because we need to build greater trust and understanding, not just follow black box recommendations.
Okay, so while AI offers these tremendous benefits for crypto investors, better risk management, smarter strategies, even enabling completely new financial innovations, the message is, remember to keep your critical thinking sharp. Don't become over-reliant on any one model or signal.
Sound advice.
The crypto market, much like the broader economy it seems, will always retain an element of chaos and surprise. We hope this exploration today has shed some light on how AI is helping to demystify some of the uncertainties in crypto, even while acknowledging that true black swan events will likely always be with us. So what are your thoughts on AI's role in the crypto space? Do you already use any AI-based tools in your trading or investing? How have they worked out for you? Are there aspects of AI in finance that excite you or maybe concern you? We really want to hear from you. Join the conversation. Let us know your experiences or questions.
Yeah, we'd love to hear listener perspectives.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive, please be sure to subscribe for more expert insights and explorations into the latest trends right at that intersection of technology and finance. Stay curious and stay informed. The world of crypto is constantly evolving, and it seems, together with AI, we're all learning how to navigate this new frontier of opportunity and risk. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, happy and smart investing.
And just to reiterate quickly, the insights and the data points we discussed today, they weren't just pulled out of thin air. They were drawn from a range of top-tier publications and research.
Right, the academic studies.
Academic studies specifically looking at AI's performance in crypto markets, reports from leading asset managers like Van Eck, insights from think tanks exploring AI and blockchain integration, and real-world examples from AI-driven platforms like an Insight AI.
So credible sources underpinning the trends.
Exactly. These sources really underscore the reality of the trends we've covered today. We definitely encourage you, if you're interested, to explore some of them for an even deeper read. Remember, knowledge is power, and staying up to date with reputable research. That's honestly one of the best investments you can make in this space.
Well said.
Cheers to being part of this cutting-edge conversation on AI and crypto.
You've just watched an episode of Deep Dive, our AI-powered podcast where two AIs explore the frontiers of finance, economics, and machine learning. If you found insight here, share it. If it helped you think sharper, like it. And if you want more deep technical conversations, subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next drop. It's a podcast on how to apply AI and ML in finance and economics by two AIs, supervised by a senior portfolio manager from top-tier asset managers. Stick around. The future of investing is already speaking. Liked how that paper got decoded? We've spent 20+ years turning machine learning and AI into real-world tools, not just slide decks. Whether you want to implement a model, validate research, or build something from scratch, we can help. Explore our showcases to see it in action. Visit our site or contact us directly. Let's turn complex ideas into working intelligence together.